Welcome to the Grid Gossip Podcast.
This is episode 3, where we talk about sim racing and real life racing. You are joined by Bruce and Graham as we bring you of the world of sport. And obviously, we'll go into what we've done over the last couple of weeks. And obviously, last night we had the F1 kind of race for the 75 years of F1. We done a little 40 laps around Catalonia, which was interesting. A
Yeah,
few different strategies laid out.
yeah, it was great fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you
I
enjoyed it because you finished third,
no second. I had a nosebleed.
second.
Went
Okay.
from 10th to second. I was like, "What is happening?" Obviously, I had Hirakam leave because he had to sort his kids out, and then a couple of guys up front they lost it and dropped it a couple of times. I half dropped it, I guess, on coming at the little hairpin. Uh, and then I did I went medium, medium, soft, and yeah, I was like, why am I in second?
Yeah. So I had a shocker, absolute shocker. I think I finished like 11th, I think. So
Mm,
yeah, like 7th. So yeah, it just had a tap with fast JMS coming out of the hairpin out the back straight. Obviously,
oh,
sent him spinning, and I was like, I'll wait for you. And that was lap 1. So it was like, yeah, we were already like 10 seconds down before really the race even started. So yeah, it wasn't the greatest, but it was good fun.
yeah, oh yeah.
Different cars to drive, which we never normally drive the F1 cars. So
I think
yeah.
I was missing doing the actual F1 game too much. That's probably why I did well.
Oh yeah. You done well in that? Done the that what? That was 4 or 5 months ago or so when you finished racing on
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
And then
last year around it was in summer, I believe. It's been a while.
yeah, yeah, end of summer. And obviously we've been doing practice for the GT3 World Series, which is still ongoing. Obviously all the practice for that,
Yeah,
which is all right. Bathurst, what was it this week, wasn't it, for an hour?
yeah,
So
pretty much the final test that I needed to do just to get everything right, and yeah, obviously we'll touch on the GT3 World Series a bit later, but it's just nice
yeah,
to get everything into place and actually have people to help test, because you can only do so much by yourself with the AI, and as you know, the AI are pretty rubbish.
yes, unless you use Sophie, but then yeah,
Yeah,
Sophie's only on certain tracks, and
you can only do
yeah,
quick races. You can't do a custom race with Surface. Like, what's the point of
yeah,
it?
exactly. Mm, yeah. Yeah, it's good if you want a bit of competition, if
Yeah,
you haven't got anyone to go online with or anything. But yeah, otherwise it's a bit naff for
yeah.
both of you at the moment. Yeah, we had 2 weeks ago we had the 60s to the 2000s of racing cars, which was an alright evening. It was nice again to drive different cars.
Yeah, they're a mixture of crazy, pretty standard cars. You know, fun night.
Mm. Yeah,
Apart from racing around Goodwood.
yeah. Goodwood's never. The thing is, Goodwood's a good track until the chicane at the end. It just ruins the whole track.
Yeah, I think
It's
I hit Clarky off. I think I was like, oops.
yeah. It's like if that chicane was like a lot faster,
Yeah,
it would be not a big, but it's a quick track and then suddenly you have to go at like 40 mile an hour to make sure you don't hit the barriers or go off, and it's just
yeah,
yeah.
it's so tight.
But
It's like,
yeah, yeah, you turn in too early, you've hit the inside barrier, and then you turn left too early, you hit the left hand barrier. Yeah,
mm,
it's just it's too tight. But that's working at Goodwood. I've been there, so yeah, it is a tight little chicane at the end. But yeah, I'd say I haven't been doing any other racing recently. I don't know about you.
Yeah, got back into ACC the other night. I did a 6 hour endurance race at Spa. Did about 131 laps, I think it was. So yeah, just shy of 1,000 kilometers at Spa. It's pretty decent. Did a multiplayer
Did you
race today.
finish high?
Yeah, I
Did you
finished
finish
first.
high though? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, no, not bad, not bad.
Did a multiplayer race because you can like quick join, and was around Monza, 15-minute race, and I got taken out on my last lap of quali. I was like, okay, this is how the race is going to go. Started fifth. Um, the guy that took me out decided to shortcut the chicane. Just blast straight through bollards and cones going everywhere, and all of a sudden it disappeared. And all of a sudden I was in first place. So I was like, yep, that's what you get for cheating.
Oh yeah, that is online racing though, isn't it? For you?
Yeah. I was actually quite surprised
You get
I
that.
won the race because it's my first like multiplayer race on ACC. Like obviously Gran Turismo is what it is. It's easier. ACC not so much.
No, Gran Turismo is definitely a pick up and play
Yeah.
compared to ACC. ACC need a lot of practice to kind of get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, obviously we had some game update the last week or so, which AC
Mm.
Evo on the AC trend is had one new track and two new cars added in to the
Okay.
game. So I don't know if they've done any like bug fixes for it, but obviously doing slow little improvements, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
Not just whacking out a load of big updates before the main release. And then we've had NASCAR 25 has had their third, is it third video?
Yeah. Third Dev Diary. Yeah.
Yeah, which is they've added in another series, which is the ARCA series. And going by the video, they're saying that you kind of start in the ARCA series and then wait up to the Cup,
Yeah. It's a
kind
lot
of
like
like a
the
obviously a
old.
progression game.
Yeah, it's a lot like the old NASCAR games. I mean, the last NASCAR game I proper enjoyed was 2006, and in that you had to go in the wheeling cars first, and then you had to go in trucks, and then work your way up that way. So yeah, it looks very good.
Yeah, yeah, which is nice. That, you don't want to just I want to just drive the Cup cars and
Yeah.
don't worry about the rest of it. It's like you've got to progress your way up to make it to the Cups and see how big you are
Mm.
up there against all the big boys.
I just hope with the Mad in the Arca series, Cletus McFarlane better be in that game.
Oh yeah, he's got to be. Yeah, definitely had a few different shorts on the old NASCAR YouTube. Made me laugh, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen any other updates of any other racing games also recently. Oh, I have seen actually today. We're getting an update in a week's time for GT7, I think,
Oh
or 2 weeks.
yeah, I seen the tweet, and on the obviously Kaz does freeze the silhouettes of the cars, and has done. They'll be getting 3 new ones, and I spy a midget in the background.
Yes, yes, you do.
Can't wait for that.
There's gonna be a lot of rolling.
I,
Fucking
th-
hell, that's gonna be carnage in that car.
I think I might have to change my MEC entry.
Fucking midget racing, Jesus.
I just hope
But
it's the
yeah, that's all.
free-wheel version, because there is a four-wheel
I
version.
think it will. I probably think it will be the free will.
Yeah, that's
So
gonna be fun.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but yeah. I forgot to add that onto our little spreadsheets that I saw that today. So yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
potentially next Thursday. So the 20 was that going to be 27th? I think it could be. We have a update, but
Yeah.
3
We
cars.
potentially get a new track.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, with
We'll see when
them
they release the
releasing,
video, but
yeah, with them releasing a new, it's just like a quick update after like quick succession since the last one. Could be a new track for the Nations Cup, maybe. I mean,
maybe.
it's pretty close
Maybe.
to the Nations Cup. Is there any track on the calendar that doesn't specify a track?
No, they're all specified
Hmm.
tracks,
Okay.
so I doubt it. And to be fair, Gran Turismo's coming up for 3 years. Next
Is it
month,
already?
March.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it's like they've got to have, like, for that release, they've got to have a big one, surely. So
Yeah.
that's why we might be just having a very little one that means absolutely nothing. Beginning of, well, end of this month, to then have a
Hmm.
big one maybe end of March. Who knows?
That. Well, if they do have a big one, we better get some more GT3 cars, or I'm going to lose my mind.
Either Group 3 or Group 4. At least need a race car.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've not really had any race car drops. Probably had what 6 or 7 in them 3 years of race cars. The rest of
Yeah.
them all been road.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So yeah, we need some more road race cars and some more tracks, because the last proper road track was what, Grand Valley.
Yeah.
Because I know we had Eigen Ormond, but that's not really a racetrack. That's just a scenic. Look at me, I'm in the Alps sort of
Hmm.
track. But yeah, and obviously you talking about the nations, that starts on the 26th of February. 4 rounds for that
Nice.
one, which is round 1 in a specified car. So don't know what that is. Round Trial Mountain, and then round 2, which will be Group 3 cars round Watkins Glen long course. So you will have the boot, and then round 3. Talking of Eigen Ormond, it pops up there. He in the go-karts, so that'll be fun. And then
Sweet.
round 4 we have Suzuka in another specified car. A mixture of what there's going to be. I would guess the Red Bull would make an appearance probably for round 4, because it normally does.
Yeah.
So yeah, Red Bull round Suzuka. I don't know. I can't see any like laps of how many laps or anything for tyre wear for it at the moment. I just see the event schedule. So
Hmm.
yeah, be an update on the next one of potentially what it was like, or if anyone that's listening has anything to know, put a comment.
Yeah. Yeah. Please do.
Let us know how you got on. And
I
obviously
know.
upcoming events as
I
well.
know. I know. Jace will probably be doing it out of our regulars.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know anyone else in the MRC that does do them, but I know, yeah, Jason does.
Yeah.
Um, and then, yeah, obviously other upcoming events, we've got obviously the GT3 World Series, which I can't think what date that starts now. So that's
28th of March it starts. Currently got 22 drivers, 23 drivers signed up so far. Possibly 2 lobbies at the minute. Obviously got a mixture of Group 3 cars. Um, some very interesting tracks this season, I believe. A couple of reverse tracks and tracks you wouldn't normally race on. So it should be a good crack when it starts off.
yeah, because it starts off with is it an endurance race, the first round?
Yeah,
60
60
minute?
minutes at Bathurst.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, because that's what we done on Wednesday, wasn't it? With
Yeah.
going into the night. which
Yeah.
that made it very tricky. To be fair, driving around there in the night was they need to pay the electricity bill. Get some
Yes,
trackside lights.
yes, they really do. It's like you got the lights on the main street, and then that's about it. It's like, yeah, it's pitch black.
You're just driving into the darkness, going up a hill. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know where I'm going, but yep. But so that'd be good to what's that? 4 weeks time? About that, I
yeah,
think.
yeah. Coming to the end of
4,
February now, so yeah,
yeah, about another 4 weeks or so.
plenty of time for
So yeah,
people to
hopefully,
join if they're listening and want to join, or if they've already joined to prepare for it. I know there's a few people have picked their cars already. A couple of
yep.
people need to pick their cars, so including myself. I
Yeah,
currently don't
but
have a
then
car.
obviously you've, but then you have been sorted out. So yeah, we'll let you off on that one.
Yeah,
But yeah, obviously we'll go to the daily races for this week. I know there's only well, to be fair, isn't much point because it's only going to be tomorrow. Only on Sunday there's going to be left for these ones.
mm.
But to be fair, I'll quickly run through it. Being the Ford RS Cosworth around Sardinia B, 4 laps. So not a little bad one.
No, not
Nice
bad.
car to drive around there.
Yeah,
Um,
fresh cozy round.
race B, yeah, put a good old livery on and thrash it round. Race B's been Red Bull Ring in the Group 4, 5 laps on Racing Hards, so a pretty common race that has popped up quite a few times.
Yeah,
And then race C has been Deep Forest in the Group 3s. Bit of strategy for this one because there's 14 laps. So good, probably, what's that, 25-minute race?
it says
I'd
so.
say.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It usually is
two
25 minutes
times,
for a race, isn't it?
2 times fuel, 7 times tyres. So tyres are the factor. Racing hards and mediums
Mm.
required with 1 pit stop. So yeah, I haven't raced it, but I would say it's probably about 10 laps for mediums. You're looking at you may be able to stretch 11 depending on how good you are at saving your tyres, but
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah, that one wouldn't be a bad race to be doing. Obviously, it's quite
Probably.
a common one to do. Group 3s around Deep Forest is quite common.
Yeah,
Time trials for last week, which obviously still got another week to go, is the Porsche 911 GT1 Strashen version around Alsace Village on Racing Hards. So it's quite a hard car, it's got a lot of power, and obviously Racing Hards don't give you much, so there's a lot of wheel spin
mm.
around there. And obviously with that track being quite hilly, having a wheel spin is not your friend.
Oh
Because you
no,
still need the
definitely
power
not.
down to get up the hill. So yeah, and then the one that got released this week is the Group 4 Subaru WRX on the Fuji short course, but it's in the rain and it's a very, very wet track. So
Awesome.
don't put inters on, just go full straight wets, and yeah, stay off the racing line. So if you don't know the racing line, put the old what's it? Yeah, the racing line assist on and stay off it pretty much.
Yeah.
Don't hit it on the braking zones because you will just not stop.
And if you are doing that time trial, remember, slippery when wet.
Yep.
But luckily, the WRX
Yep.
has got plenty of grip.
But yeah, it's a 4-wheel drive, so yeah,
Yeah.
you should be alright for getting the power down. But yeah, so that's it for the dailies and the time trials. And then the weekend races that we've had and like sports we've had the week revealed. Obviously, we had the F1 livery reveal on Tuesday night this week. I
Yeah.
watched the whole thing. I don't really know why. It was just a showcase of look at us. We've got all the money and we're putting this on. The funny thing was when Christian Horner came on, he got massive boos from the crowd.
I
And
wonder
then
why.
when Red Bull, yeah, I wonder why, yeah. And then when Red Bull, the drivers came out, everyone else had an interview. Them two drivers, like Liam Lawson and Max Verstappen, they didn't get an interview. They literally walked out. They said, and this is Red Bull, and on to the next car.
Jeez.
And it was like, yeah. And then obviously the controversy for this season was obviously that the drivers can't swear, otherwise they're going to get a fine.
Oh yeah.
And who do they go interview? And Ramsey. Like the one person that swears in every sentence, and yeah, he done well. And then he was like, well, they're going to drive, they're putting their lives at risk. Yeah, and if it's serious and if shit hits the fan, to his words, then yeah. And then Whitehall, the host, was kind of like, Gordon, you can't say that, and tried to get away
Yeah.
from it. But it was like, well, Gordon being real, it's true. The emotions are going to run high. They're going to say something. And,
Yeah.
So yeah, and the cars all look the same. I think the only one difference was the V-carb Red Bull, which was all white. All the others were the same colours, just, well, we've tweaked it a little bit here and a little bit there. But if you looked from last season to this season, you'd kind of go, yeah, a little bit, but it's still the same team, still the same colours. So
See, for Red Bull
won't be any
liveries,
confusion.
as Red Bull liveries go, I mean, over the years they've had quite a few. I actually quite like the white Red Bull livery. I don't know where it is. It looks nicer than the normal Red Bull livery.
Yeah, it normally does, to be fair. But I think Red Bull, they haven't changed it for however many 15-odd years they've been in it. They've not changed the
No,
livery. So
no, they've slightly changed the colouring in a little bit, but yeah, it's pretty much the same as it was.
yeah. And then this weekend there is the WEC Prologue at Qatar, gearing up for round one, which starts next weekend at Qatar again. It is 1,812 kilometers, or a 10-hour max limit. So
Okay.
be interesting to see the Aston Martin Valkyrie make its debut.
Yeah, yeah. This season for WEC is going to be very interesting, especially with the number of different manufacturers now. It's going to be a lot more interesting to watch than previous years.
Yeah. Bruce, I don't know if you want to unplug your mic and plug it back in. You've gone a bit
Okay.
roboty. And then
Better?
for the GT World Series, that's not going to start until May at the moment. Looking into it, so we had the Bathurst 12-hour a couple of weeks back, but round one's not till 3rd of May. And that's it for the week. There's not really much going on. Obviously, last week we had the NASCAR 500 or Daytona 500. So I'll let Bruce take the lead on that one and give you the lowdown.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
a little bit still. Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Sweet. Yep. So the Great American Race, not so great at the start. Obviously we started.
Yeah,
I think it was at.
Bruce.
So yeah, we had the rain delay. Got going again, and it was a pretty tame first two stages. To be fair, I think there was a couple of cautions. Stage 3 was where it was at. I mean, great fuel saving from everyone, fuel strategy. Got to the last couple of laps, big caution. I think it was Ryan Preece that flipped, and my man William Byron, number 24, he got very, very lucky. And then we had a green white checkered, and on the final lap, there was another big caution, and Byron managed to slip through and come to win the race for the second time in a row at the 500.
Yeah. Because he was the only one, I think, to slip through, wasn't he? I think Tyler Reddick got through, but did get a little tap.
Finishing positions was William Byron first, Tyler Reddick comes second, with Jimmy Johnson and Briscoe third and fourth. So yeah, you had a couple slip through, but it pretty much collected the whole field what was left of everyone. I mean, Ryan Blaney, who was damaged in the caution before the race-ending caution, he finished seventh. So it just shows you how many cars were taken out in those two cautions.
Yeah. Well, it was like what, P3 and 4 caused that last lap caution.
Yeah.
So right at the front of the field, it's just going to collect everyone.
Yeah.
And they're all going to be also bunched up trying to get that win. Yeah. But,
Yeah, it was caused by some, I can't remember who was pushing him, but it was Christopher Bell that went round. Couldn't get the.
Was
it?
oh no, it wasn't Logano. Logano was about 6 laps before, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the caution. But I think it was what's his name, Wallace, was pushing Christopher Bell, I believe. Could be wrong on that one.
I can't
But
remember
yeah,
who took. Yeah.
overall it was a pretty
And,
decent race.
yeah.
One of the better Daytona 500s I've seen over the years. But yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah. I believe that leads us nicely into Brucey's hot tea.
Yeah, perfect segue into the hot tea this week. Only one little snippet of gossip going around the paddock. After the Daytona 500, obviously Briscoe finished fourth. Unfortunately, he got a level 2 penalty. Apparently, after post-race inspection, they found that the spoiler, which is a controlled part by NASCAR, was tampered with. His crew chief, James Small, he gets a 4-race suspension, which is going to hurt. They also received a 100-point deduction out of the regular season points and a 10 playoff point deduction as well. And if that wasn't enough, 100,000 fine, which I'm sure won't dent Mr. Joe Gibbs' wallet too much.
No.
No,
not at all.
Because of the point deduction, Briscoe is now on 39th in the points on minus 67 points. So he's already like on a downslide already after first race.
Yeah. He's going to have to win, 3 races just to get into positive points.
I mean, if he wins, he's in the chase. So, but
Well,
yeah. Obviously a win is 60 points. So yeah, he's going to have to win and then get a couple of good finishes to just get on even with everyone else pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but that's it for the hot tea this week.
Yeah. I think that's everything from me as well, apart from the final segment, which I'm sure you'd love to hear the joke of the week this week.
Oh yes, crack on.
I bought a dog and called him 5 miles, so I can tell my friend I walk 5 miles twice a day.
That's a good one. I'm going to save that one.
You like that one? Good.
Oh
Good.
yes. Pop that on 5 miles on the Facebook story. I just walked 5 miles. Oh dear.
Yeah, well, thank you all so much for listening to the Grid Gossip podcast. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and possibly subscribing, maybe punch a friend in the arm and tell them what it's all about and send them over to have a listen. We've been Brucey and Graham. Until next, race hard and race fair. Bye bye for me.
Bye bye from me.